I'm Crystal Byrd Farmer, and I'm here with Harper to talk about Affinity-Belonging Camp. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Harper. I'm pronouns, also one of the organizers at ABCamp.
Cool. So tell us about AB Camp.
So, ABCamp is a space that we're creating that is centering BIPOC and trans and gender diverse people, where we can feel like we belong and there's people who understand us and allies are welcome too. And we would be able to come together and do healing work and find ways to be active in activism while also supporting each other instead of being so burnt out. Like we can heal and resource while we are trying to work towards liberation.
Great. Sounds like it'll be really great. What are some things that we will do at AB Camp?
So we are going to be doing some liberation type work, like especially with strategies of Leticia Nieto, also doing some personal healing around liberation of our bodies and somatic practices, ancestral healing. Many of us who are going to be at camp have lineages that we need to do processing, transforming, releasing. And there's also going to be a lot of fun. Going to have dance and song and ceremony and self expression. So we're really trying to create a balance of getting to be together and enjoy being together and really learning and growing too.
What's something that makes AB Camp special for you?
Something that makes it really special for me is I come from many years of being involved in activist spaces and many years of being involved in trauma healing and emotional development type spaces. And I feel like each of them are missing something when we're in our activist selves. It's a very stressful thing to be trying to respond to everything that's happening in the world. And we're going and going and going and fighting and exhausted, and then AV camp will have this rest and restoration to it too. And then when it comes to the time I've spent in the healing type of spaces, they're so often either explicitly or just through lack of awareness, they're centering rich white cis people. Like those people are the people who get to come and be supported and held and heal. And so what feels so special to me is that we get to create a space where you can show up and want to do healing around like your gender, and people are not going to be misgendering you constantly and asking you terrible questions that are just re-traumatizing. It's like space meant for us to be able to heal and being able to talk about wanting to change the world, but also within our capacities. So I feel like it's the balance of those two spaces that both had some things that were missing for me.
Yeah. So we've both been involved in New Culture, and this camp is part of the New Culture legacy. So can you tell us a little bit about what New Culture is?
Mm-hmm. New culture is a rather loose movement. Like there isn't any particular one organization or dogma or anything like that, but it's formed around wanting to find ways to have a culture that is not based around violence and unhealthy power structures and so many of the things existing in our modern American culture. And it comes with a lot of values that are really aligned for me, like the importance of being transparent, being open with people, but also coupled with the discernment of if you just have radical honesty all the time, that's really not showing compassion or checking on other people's capacities. So there's sort of this values of we can tell each other what's actually happening for ourselves and actually be open, but also being considerate of how that's impacting others. And so there's so many communication tools that happen in new culture spaces where I just felt like, wow, it's actually safe to connect. It actually makes sense. And there's other values that are really important to me, like curiosity. So often we just limit all of our possibilities because we're lacking curiosity. Like, this is just the way it's always been. And so that's how it will be. And new culture is like, why is it that way? could we do it different? What do we want it to look like? So a lot of cool transformational stuff going on. And I feel like being involved in new culture has really helped me build very close, healthy relationships that are mutually beneficial. I can't say that about the wider society all the time. So it's been very
Definitely.
special.
Definitely. So, is there anything else you want to talk about for AB Camp coming up?
I did want to mention, I'm excited that I'll be leading a ritual near the end of our time at camp. We'll be exploring so many things about our identities and what we need and what we want and what all the things that society has put on us. And then near the end of camp, I'm going to be leading a ritual where we will come together and start dropping all of the things that are just our masks that we had to put on to handle society. Like we get to drop as much of that as we're comfortable with and interact with each other as more like the beings that we feel that we are. And I think it's going to be a really sweet and free and expressive time.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So, thank you for talking to me today, and I will see you at camp.
Yeah, can't wait to see you. Thanks.
Hey, bye.
Bye.